The largest prison strike to ever occur in the United States of America is happening right now. Over 40 institutions in over 24 states, prisoners are striking from their jobs to protest what they believe is America's form of legal slavery, having prisoners do jobs to sustain America while making anywhere from 23 cents an hour to $1.15, and that is the maximum they can make. Meanwhile, outside of prisons, people make much more for doing the exact same job. Forcing prisoners to work for less than minimum wage is legal based on the 13th Amendment, which reads, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for crime, whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction." The main reason prisoners are striking against prison labor is that it's changed its intentions. It used to be used for training inmates for future jobs, rehabilitating them, and using the money earned to pay off restitution. A former prisoner and former advocate for prison labor, Bob Sloan, said, "It's no longer dedicated to improving skills of inmates, but directed to getting the highest profits that prison labor organizations can get." Prisoners are not given minimum wage, workers' compensation, and are not allowed to form unions. Not only are the companies using prisoners as employees getting cheap labor, but they can also get up to 40% back in tax reimbursements. Although this issue seems like a fairly large problem, it was largely ignored in the 2016 election by both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. With the largest prison strike to ever occur in the U.S. happening in the midst of election season, why has neither candidate thought of making a change? The main issues being addressed by the candidates regarding criminal justice are the issues that occur before you reach prison, such as sentencing laws and creating a new trust in the police force. The main reason for this lack of concern and what happens to those convicted is because once a person reaches prison, they are dehumanized and seen as monsters in the eyes of the American people. They view them as less worthy of being given basic rights, and many think that they deserve to be treated as a secondary person when compared to those who have not been incarcerated. This has left problems inside of the prison outside of what American people choose to worry about. The problem of prison labor is addressed very early in Orange is the New Black. When Piper arrives to the prison, she is transported by inmate Lorena Morello, who is driving the van. Piper innocently questions why they let her drive the van, and Morello responds by saying, "Who else is going to do it? We do everything around here." Prison labor is more widely addressed during Season 3, when there is a huge uproar in the prison because a new business is coming to make panties for a whole $1 an hour. Alex comments on how much this lingerie actually costs to buy, and Piper says, "I know, right? And I get 45 cents to make them. It's basically slave labor." Cindy chastises Piper, informing her it's more of an indentured servitude. Piper responds by saying that while other jobs benefit the prison, the panty job only benefits the panty company, and that makes it worse. Red running the kitchen, Poussey working in the library, Chang running the commissary, and Morello driving the van are all examples of jobs that benefit the prison. Other jobs that may benefit the prison are those who do janitorial duties, work in the electric shop, or are in charge of laundry duty. The Census of State and Federal Correctional Facilities, 2005, which is the most recent study conducted, states that only 4% of inmates work in jobs that manufacture things meant for use outside of the prison. There are many companies that Americans use every day and do not know are being supplied in some way by prison labor. Walmart purchases produce from prison farms, prisoners sew the uniforms for McDonald's employees, and even Victoria's Secret used to use prisoners to do their sewing. Many consumers have no idea that the products they use come from prison labor. So should people who committed crimes have their basic labor rights taken away and essentially become legal slaves of the government? There are many people on both sides, and there's arguments that work for both. Those in favor say it saves the state's money and balances out the fact that it costs so much to upkeep a prison and keep prisoners alive while they pay no rent or bills. Those who oppose it are quick to point out that it's essentially slavery and is not doing anything to rehabilitate prisoners, many of whom will someday re-enter society. The debate will continue as it is not getting the attention it needs to find a middle ground on such a tough issue.